Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, it's been a while. It's been a long time. But like Cadillac with full flats, we can't go nowhere. It is your host, Beheard, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince Vegeta Wild the Hating. Tyler Bryan Hour is back in full effect. TBH Hour, TBH, whatever you want to call it, now officially on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify. I think we hit the holy trinity as far as the SoundCloud rapper goes, hitting every market.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that voice you hear is that voice you love, and it's all credit to this man that this podcast exists to this day, 3 years later. This man wanted me to bring it back. We brought it back. This man had the place. It's my brother, my brethren, the one and only Tyler Gross. You want to talk to the people one time?
Hola, everybody. This is Tyler the Libra, a.k.a. Libra Hendrix, a.k.a. just Tyler, whatever you want to call me these days. I'm actually going to divert to my actual name nowadays, just Tyler, you know.
Oh, so the Libra persona dead? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not saying the Libra persona dead. I'm just saying that, you know, I feel like as I grow older, it's time for me to actually kind of just go back to my roots, and my roots being my actual government name.
Oh, okay.
You know, so.
You know, it's funny that you say that, too, because, like, the more I'm on social media, the more of a presence I'm getting, I guess. Motherfuckers will start calling me by my government name, and I don't like it if I introduce you as like, oh, I'm Prince or I'm Beheard. Address me as such. Like, people are getting too comfortable where they just like, yo, what up, Brian? Like, bro, you. I'm talking as far as social media goes. Social media, like people that actually know me and know me. That's cool, but if you don't know me, bro, address me what I tell you. So, like, even if I was you, like, if I was Tyler Libra and I told people that, and they're like, oh yeah, like, what's up, Tyler? Nah, Tyler Libra, bro. Like, say the whole thing and don't say nothing at all.
Have you actually gotten called by your like social media name? Like ever? I feel like I've had that happen at least probably once, and it hasn't happened since.
I would say
what's up, Tyler?
I would say as far as YouTube and Twitch go, I get referred to as like Prince or Beheard, and that's why I feel comfortable being called now. Especially because like I want to say it was like Ron. Shout out to Ron, but I want to say it was him that kind of gave me the nickname Beheard, and everybody just kind of went with it. So I'm actually okay with that. It's just like I like those two nicknames that I have, and I've had such trash nicknames in the past where I'm like, I'm never going back to those trash nicknames. Don't call me that. Just call me what I tell you to call me, or don't call me at all. Like, for real. Geez, I guess we should start off with explaining where we've been, and I'll start off first. Wow, it feels like Dragon Ball or like One Piece or Naruto, where we have that time skip and shit starts happening.
Like, don't I feel like we're in like the GT part of like Dragon Ball or something?
Oh no, even Dragon Ball had a time skip. They had that 7-year skip where.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, before Kid Buu and all them. So 2018, I'm not gonna lie. That year was kind of ass for me. For me personally, I don't know what Tyler speaks about his 2018. He can speak on that, but 2018 was real bad. I was in a hole. Like, I was really in a black hole, just by myself, kind of working other jobs, this and the third. Ended up getting the job that I do have now. But yeah, it was bad. I mean, 2018, I didn't have, my phone wasn't on. I think the bank account that I did have, like, they both owed money, so I couldn't have a checking or savings account. So any money that I did get, I just had to keep cash wise in my pocket. I think that's when I ended up making my PayPal account. So 2018 was kind of a rough, trying year for me, especially like, I did have a job, but it wasn't just paying enough, and it was one of those jobs that just like I had to work in the morning. And then 2019 is kind of when I started getting my like ish together, if you will. And the crazy part about 2019 is, like, I kept that job for the longest time, and I was working 2 jobs, and I'm working crazy shifts, because I would leave the one job in the morning I would go all the way out to like West Des Moines, 4 to 9, work that job, come home, chill for a little bit, then 4 o'clock would come, I would go to my other job that I have now, work that from 4 to like 11 or 12. Like, niggas used to work crazy, like mentally draining shifts that were just ludicrous.
That is wild.
But the beauty of the job that I have now is it's been my highest paying job, and it pays weekly. And then I met some amazing people at that job. Like, I've met some of my closest friends now to that job, and people that I rock with and I care for. And like, if they weren't there, there's no way in hell I would still be at this job now. Right. Let's see, what else happened in 2019? Oh, I had a commentary opportunity. Maybe some of you guys do like my voice. Maybe some of y'all don't. Whatever. It don't matter. I sleep excellent every night. But for those of you who do not know, I was involved in the FGC, which is the fighting games community. And then I wanted to be a commentator. And that's why, come on, beheard. Like, it just fit. It just all fit. I had an opportunity to get flown out to California. And I did a commentary for the tournaments and that. I didn't do a lot of tournaments, but I did a fair share, a decent amount. I think I did Honeybee, who's an FGC pro in Mortal Kombat. I did his Swarm Series tournament. I dabbled in it, and then I wanted to really hit the Storm and do big things in this year, but obviously this year went towards a different toll and as far as traveling and all that stuff goes. Is there anything else I wanted to mention in my 2019? I feel like there was something else, but it's escaping me as I'm talking on the podcast. Do you want to go over your 2018 and 2019, Tyler?
To be honest with you, 2018, I kind of just blocked that year out of my mind. Not necessarily because it was anything bad. It was just because I wouldn't say anything really eventful happened in 2018. I mean, at the end of 2018, I got, my dream car pretty much, the 2015 Dodge Challenger. Is a beaut. It's definitely a beaut. Everybody's nice. But yeah, I got that, and then probably around 2019 was a year that I definitely wanted to focus more into my photography stages, as far as just being able to get out there and being able to, travel to different places outside Des Moines, outside the state of Iowa, and just pretty much just get a feel for different locations, shooting with different models and stuff like that. Pretty much getting my name known out there, as far as photography goes and stuff like that. And I mean, I would say that 2019 was a pretty productive year as far as that goes. I had the opportunity to travel out to Oregon to see our good friend Brent. Shout out to Brent Walker.
Shout out to B-Dub one time.
And and the trip getting there was absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think we traveled to about 5 states. One of which was Utah, which was absolutely crazy. Just being able to drive through the Rocky Mountains and different cities that they have, Salt Lake being one in particular, and pretty much just being able to go do that and be able to say that, hey, this is something that feels good. It feels great to be out here, and it's just one of those things that I wanted to kind of get off my list. Be able to travel to the Pacific Northwest or anywhere in the West Coast at that matter, because I haven't pretty much been out of the state of Iowa. I mean, I've been to trips, little family vacations here and there. But
we went to Minnesota that one time.
Oh yeah, we did went to Minnesota. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to do that for me, and it was nice being out there in Oregon. It's really green and scenery and all that shit. But it was nice being able to see Brent and get to see how he's living out there. And honestly, I wouldn't mind being out there somewhere in a Seattle or a Oregon or even I said Utah. I think those are 3 most prettiest states when it comes to being out there in the West Coast and stuff like that. Everybody says California or something like that, but no, I'd rather be out there, where there's a lot of forests, there's a lot of lighthouses, and I'm kind of an urban outdoorsy soul myself. So I mean, I guess that kind of fits with my character, but I don't know. I just appreciate everything that's out there, and the drive back was the same as the drive to. It was absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to do that shit again next year. So hopefully, I don't know, Brian, you want to come with me?
I'll try to slide. I mean, I would love to visit Oregon. Kind of like you said, I think Oregon Seattle. I wouldn't want to live in Utah, I'm be honest with you. But California, like I do eventually plan on moving again. It's just really like where and when, and then also you gotta see like how stuff plays out, especially with this year. And actually, what I was gonna mention in my 2019 that I just remembered is when I went to the California tournament. That was in Fresno, California. My phone was not on at that time. Like I was out here thugging and solo. By myself in Fresno, California. Like so it was funny because I got to the Fresno airport, and if anyone from California who lives in Fresno knows, that airport is small, and like from the place they booked me a hotel. That was like the nuance of the trip. Like all I had to do was book my flight, but they booked me the hotel. So they were like, "Hey, yo, this flight, the hotel is like 10 minutes away from the airport." So I was telling the taxi, because obviously I had no Wi-Fi, so I had no way to order an Uber. I was like, yo, I was just going to walk for the most part. This nigga, I swear to God, turn around, look back at me. You, no walk. You, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's dangerous out here, especially at night. And then I was just like, wow. And granted, like last year, I mean, I was like 25. I think actually at the time, I think I was 24, because obviously that was like in February. So shout out to my parents, because they knew I booked the opportunity. They knew I had the opportunity, but they were still like, nigga, you gonna go out there with no phone, no form of communication? You don't know nobody? All right, nigga, good luck. And God, by the grace of God, like, shout out to Sammy Fish. Like, he held it down for being from California. He took me under his wing and made sure I was comfortable there, because I ain't know nothing from nothing, bro. Like, actually, so me and him commentated Dragon Ball FighterZ, that tournament, and this is the last thing I gotta say about 2019. Then we finished the tournament, and he was like, well, you hungry? I'm hungry. It's late. It's like 11 o'clock West Coast time. And he's like, let's go to this taco spot. When I tell you, bro, this was like a taco spot in a, like, middle of the parking lot, graffiti all over it. They had the chain gates, like you see in Friday. And I was like, bro, if somebody come up to us and rob us, they got it, bro.
You just gonna have to let that happen.
I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give it up. And he drove too. That was the worst part. I was like, I'm gonna give it up, bro. Like, we are screwed. But yeah, that was pretty much my 2019. Brother man, where do we start with this year?
How do you even go into a year like this? It's almost like something of the matter of trying to describe indescribable pain. Like, it's like one of those things where, like, it's something that, you know, we don't want to talk about, but it's something that happened.
Okay, so not to get deep, but to go there for a second. Are you a firm believer in... So there's some people who believe that everything happens for a reason, and this is the correct timeline on some Dragon Ball shit. This is the correct timeline that's supposed to happen because obviously it happened for a reason. And there's some people that feel like this is so way left out of left field, like this can't be the right time. This is some different shit. Me personally, I feel like it has to be a different timeline, bro. I love God. I believe in God. I'm not one of those people that don't believe in God. I'm more of a spiritual person now than a religious person, because that's neither here nor there, because we can go deep with that too. But love God. Believe in Him. Thank you to the man above for giving me everything I've had. But bro, it has to be an alternate timeline. Like, literally last night we watched Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. with Snoop Dogg commentating it.
It was like Battle of Old Heads, wasn't it?
But not even. But think about it. That's a 2020. That's something that happened in 2020. Not like 1993. Right. Not 1994. Like 2000. Like that happened in 2020. And then, actually, so to answer that question, I do want your answer to believe. Do you believe this is the right timeline or this is some other shit? I think shit went left. Excuse my French too. Love you, mom. But stuff went left when Kobe died. I really, truthfully believe that. Like when Kobe died, like the universe just kind of went to shambles because it's Kobe, bro. Like who would think Kobe would die? I didn't. I definitely didn't think Kobe would die.
I think Michael Jordan would die before him. He had better chances. I mean, I don't knock on wood. Yeah, you know, that's a go-to. But I mean, fuck. When you think about 2020 and how it started off, one thing I kept telling myself throughout this entire year was, and mind you, I've been dealing with personal stuff myself, is that there's divine timing for every single thing. You know, the situations that you get put in are there for a reason, and you know, you either have two choices. You either just try to find those reasons, or you just let those reasons get the best of you. And for me, it almost felt like I was trying to let these situations and how they were kind of get the best of me. You know, I really was like, oh, I kind of felt like I was like in a woe is me type of position, you know, like, why is this stuff happening to me, or like what's going on to where I need to change something. And, you know, it's one of those things that's kind of really difficult to have to look into for yourself.
There's definitely a lot of like situations where indirect things would affect you. Like Kobe dying, if you're a sports fan, that's gonna affect you.
Right.
Like there was two, especially like for those of you who do not know, surprise, me and Tyler both black men. Like there was a lot of stuff just as a black man alone, and we ain't gotta get into it right now, that directly affected us, and like how you move and how you think and how you mentally act. Like there's so much of that this year that it's insane. Like,
you know, I never had to caution myself as a black man so much than I had to this year alone. Because for us, and I speak for all the brothers out there, for us, it seems that we're magnified, we're under a microscope more than anybody else is. And with this year, how it rolled and how it happened, it just seems that like, it's almost like sometimes it's hard for us to catch a break sometimes from crazy situations like that. I mean, rest in peace to everybody that was killed in a senseless act of police officers.
Or just killed, period.
Like,
what is the point of the law system if we're not going to abide by it? If it's going to be Wild Wild West, make it Wild Wild West. But if you want us to follow the rules and regulations, follow the rules and regulations. Like, you can't protect someone if you're scared of them. I solely believe that. That's exactly why I'm not in a position to where I'm a police officer. I can't protect you if I'm fearful of you. Like, if I'm worried that you're going to do the next thing. You know, I think the best way to describe it, and I don't mean no disrespect, because I would never disrespect a black man or black woman. I think I'm just talking about, you know, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't think that I'm trying to offend no one else or anything like that. I just think that they look at it as like caged lions and caged animals. Like, it's like you want the entertainment, you want the value, you want them to coexist in society, and then when a lion does some lion shit, you're like shunning them and shameful. And see, this is exactly why you're caged up in this. Like, bro, like you just gotta let people be. Like, we all need people. That's the sad reality of the truth. Is like me doing this podcast, I need Tyler. And if I need Tyler to do the podcast, I need people to listen. I need y'all. I need every single person to support this if I want to make this a reality. Like, we need each other. Like, even the racists and the bigots. Like, you know, if you're planning on going to McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever, you're gonna need people. There's too many people. There's 7-point-something billion people in this world. There's way too many people you need in order to have your opinions and have the things you believe in and have your amendments and things of that nature. Like, if there's no people around, it would be what y'all are scared of it being now. And most people just want it to be equal in that regard. So it's crazy, man. Like, another sad thing about Kobe dying too is, to go back to that topic, is like he died 4 years after retirement. Like, he literally didn't even touch the surface of retirement and impact the game. Like, Kobe was one of the competitors who had that killer drive, that like Michael Jordan mentality, that Mamba mentality, if you will, that he wanted to be the best, so he didn't want to work out with nobody. He didn't want to train with nobody. But now he's older and he's out the game. He wants to give his knowledge, because I really feel like that's literally how humans are designed. Like, we're designed to teach and nurture and like produce. Like, that's how we're made. And he didn't get the chance, bro. And like I said, I'm a Celtics fan, so I hate the Lakers. But LeBron winning the chip, it just made sense, and he can't even celebrate that with Kobe. And that's the saddest part about it. Like, if Kobe would have died next year, it would suck. But for him to see LeBron do what he did in LA, like that probably been a moment that LeBron can never forget. And he was just unfortunate enough not to have it.
Right.
So, what do you think about this pandemic and COVID-19? At first, did you believe it was real?
I mean,
Like, this is like March I'm talking about, like when it was like the rumors and, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, with the rumors, I just took it as is, you know. I mean, until I actually see like statistics, then like it's just another rumor to me. But like when because I think it was around February where I was up in Minnesota for a weekend around Valentine's Day, and like I just had this bad like headache, and then I just had like a sore throat. Like I couldn't even enjoy the weekend of Valentine's Day really, because I just felt so achy and my body felt weird, and you know everything just felt blah to me. So, and that lasted for like 2 weeks after too. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And then that's when this whole Corona shit kind of came into fruition, and I started thinking to myself like, damn, did like I actually have it or something like that? You know, like how it's one of those things where like when something like that occurs, you start questioning like, damn, do I already have it? Am I going to get it? Like, what does this mean for everybody else? Like, at first we didn't know really what it was as far as like the symptoms and like how to go about it and the procedures and stuff like that. But now that, you know, as the year progressed, it seemed like everybody was taking it more seriously as we go. We didn't take it seriously the first time because we had the whole country on lockdown. So obviously it wasn't as serious as we thought the first time.
well, we did that as a precaution, but now that it's been here and it's getting worse, motherfuckers are like, well, let's deal with it. And I was like, I don't really feel like that's the way. Like, me personally,
It's not the norm. Like if we were to just, I don't know.
like me personally, so I vividly remember it was like early March, right? And like there was the rumors that it's over there and it's coming towards the U.S. and this, that, and another. Like it's super, like it's contagious through sneezing, coughing, and all that stuff, and cover your mouth, and wash your hands. It's super like serious. I knew it was super serious, and I was like, oh, if this gets over here, it's gonna be a wrap.
Right.
But the way that my boss is, not saying that he wouldn't take the thing serious or listen to corporate, I didn't think we was going to shut down as a restaurant, because I'm thinking like if he could be open, he gonna try to be open. Like he's the type that like, oh, we're gonna make money, we're gonna work hard. He's like blue collar in that sense. He's not a bad dude or nothing like that, but like I'm like, there's no way he gonna shut down. Bro, I remember the day vividly. It was March 17th. Them niggas called me. They're like, hey, bro, we gone. We down. We locked up. He's like, we trying to figure out who's trying to work what. Da, 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 da. I'm like, wow. Okay, this is serious if we're locking down. And the worst part about us locking down and getting serious was the fact that, like, they would call me and they're like, well, what hours can you work? And I was like, well, I'll work like 11 to 4 because it's like we're in a pandemic and this is contagious. And for those of you that know, my mother had cancer at one point in time. You know, my grandma and grandpa aren't the healthiest individuals in the world. They're healthy. They have their health 100%, but obviously if they cancer, it's fatal. And they're up in age, so it would be fatal for them. It would be fatal for those three. And those three would, I don't think I could ever be happy again if those three are gone. I'm gonna be real with you. Right. But, so I was taking it serious. So I was like, well, I'll work 11 to 4. I'll work like some quick hours, but I'm not staying all day. And they wanted me to work 11 to 8. So then I took it serious, and then my work wasn't able to do that, so I ended up getting laid off, and then I had to collect unemployment, and then that took like 6-7 weeks to get because they needed more information. They needed like my driver's license and my social security number, but they didn't tell me that till like 5 or 6 weeks in. So then I finally got my unemployment, and I got that money, and I was able to buy a PC, and I was able to stream and like work harder as a YouTuber and a streamer, which I'm thankful for that opportunity. So that was like the best thing that came from COVID. But in all honesty, it's November, and only 2 of my family members have had COVID. Not immediate family, but like close family. So I'm lucky and blessed that only 2 of my family members have ever had it. Thankfully, it hasn't got to my house yet, because I'm be honest with you, I'm be scared. But like I'm
gonna have to move out for a week.
Yeah, like one of my good best friends got it, and I'm talking like this nigga is a superb athlete. Like he like 6'4", 6'5", 290, can move. This nigga got it. He's like, bro, that shit ain't no joke. He said, nigga. He hit me with the nigga. And like looked in the lean, and he's like, bro, fuck that shit. He's like, I'll beat up anybody that talk bad about that shit is real. He's like, nigga, I can't breathe now. He's like, if I turn to my side, I can't physically breathe. I was like, when he told me that, like, this is one of the niggas I respect. This is one of the niggas that beat up niggas for a living. Like, he that dude. Like, he cold piece. 10 out of 10, like, top 10 people I respect in this world. When he told me that, I was like, oh, yeah. My mom cannot get this because it's over. Like, I don't want to speak that in existence. I'm going to knock on wood, of course. Right. But, nigga, that shit sound real. But also, I was with everything. Because, like, I don't, you know me, I go out, like, maybe 4 times a year. Like, I was with every sort of, like, we got locked down, cool. We ain't got to go to work, cool. Curfew, cool. I'm with all that. The only time it's ever affected me was this Thursday, Thanksgiving. Like, nigga, to not be with friends and family, to not get that plate, to get those pies, to not watch football together and talk about this and the third, and to not have leftovers. Bro, that shit hit me, bro. Because I was at the crib and I was just chilling in bed, and like I'm sitting there tight, like I'm ready to swing on Nick. Like I was ready to make an Instagram rant, like a Snapchat rant. I was like, because it just hit, bro. It hit me. It didn't really hit me till it hit me, and then when it hit me, I was just like, bro, I'm ready to swing on Nick. Like man. I was upset.
Hard times on Thanksgiving,
bro. That was the only time that it's ever hit me, and I'm like, oh, this shit real. Like, fuck. Fuck COVID. That's the first time I was like, yo, fuck COVID.
Hold on, so you seriously wasn't eating?
I didn't eat till like 9.
Oh, damn, man. You could have came over here. You could have came over to mom's house.
Bro, I ain't know, bro. I'm like, bro.
All you had to do was text me. I'm going to call her or text away.
Man, I was sad, bro.
You could have called Caleb. Shout out to our boy Caleb, too.
Yeah, shout out to Caleb one time.
Man was feeding.
Bro,
this man had a whole Million Man March.
Bro, like, I dead ass, like... And then what was so petty too is like motherfuckers was definitely texting me, yo, happy Thanksgiving, bro. But I'm not celebrating. I'm just I was in the crib hoodie up like this, just watching anime, just sad as hell. But how was your Thanksgiving? Or like when did COVID hit you? Like, oh yeah, this shit real.
When did COVID hit me? It probably hit me because I'm a shopper and I like to shop a lot. That's how I cope with a lot of things.
But you online shopper though.
Nowadays, now I'm older, yeah, because I don't like people that much. Me either. I mean, but yeah, when it hit me is that like I couldn't really go anywhere. Like, and like I'm a person that likes to be out. Like I like to socialize with people and stuff like that. And you know, for me to not be able to do that, and for me to stay stationary in one place. Pretty much solitary confinement in this apartment, and this place is not that big. I mean, nice, it's big, it's spacious, but I mean, it was just me and one person, and we couldn't do anything. So it was just like
the best way to describe your apartment is it's spacious, but you could literally see everything from this room. Like, yeah, there's nothing like where it's hidden or it's around the corner.
Like, you know where I got laundry room, kitchen right here, bathroom back there, bedroom back there. Living room right there. Like, I mean, it's a nice little spot. Out in Johnston, by the way. That's all you guys are getting.
You already gave me the location. Right? All I gotta do is pinpoint it.
Right? But yeah, man, just being confined. That was the one thing that really drove me to almost kind of insanity a little bit, because I do not deal well being in one place. If you know me, you know. Tyler doesn't like to stay in one place, so
I think I'm just so used to it. It's weird.
Nowadays I gotta get more like beheard.
Like I'm so used to being by myself that it didn't bother me, but then I was noticing like I love being alone, I just hate feeling alone. So where like you can't have that reach of that conversation with someone, even on FaceTime or whatever. So like when I get lonely, like that shit hit deep. And I think like one thing COVID did do, because like there was a point in time where I didn't work. So like from March to May, I didn't work at all. COVID hit a nigga because like my hours, like bro, I swear to God, I used to be able to stay up till like 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock at night. and just be up because of COVID. Like that shit fucked up my sleep schedule so crazy, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get it back unless I get a morning job.
Have you ever stayed? Do you have COVID pay? Like as far as like your work and everything goes?
Not through work, but through unemployment. I do.
See, for us,
y'all get paid even though if like y'all don't work because of COVID or something.
No, we been there. We essential, baby. You know, we had to stay. We had to fight through all that. You know, come to work even though other people ain't. It made me a little bit depressed. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, you just got. It's one of those situations where you know everybody's doing the best that they can to handle this situation.
Shout out to like Mama Dearest and Pop because they were essential. So like Pop he's a truck driver, so he has to obviously carry freights and stuff and trays of things that people need and necessities. So shout out to him for one time for doing that. And then Mom working out of the hospital, she's a tough individual. I pray for anyone that's in a hospital because I guess excuse me if I'm wrong, but this could be just their hospital. But Code Blues and Code Reds are essentially like someone maybe be dying because of COVID. So she says she hears that like every day, at least a few times. But she's working in the kitchen too. That's the saddest part. Right. So like motherfuckers are eating. Like they're not even working there unless it's just they have one big like fucking, you know, what's the word, like walkie-talkie or something that they use for all that. Is actually one thing I will do before I forget to do is I gotta shout out to the old man one time. Pops is turning 50 tomorrow. Like, it's kind of surreal that he's turning 50. Like I feel like
I could have swore that man was older.
Nah, he's 6 years younger than my mom, so he's turning 50 this year.
He look older.
So that he can fight, bro. He can still fight. Like, he been looking to throw the ones and shoot.
Listen. Me and your pops have. Well, you gotta understand this between me and your pops.
You got beef with him. He just with the shits. I don't know why. What happened?
This is a decade in the making.
He ain't got no issue with Tyler. Tyler's just like, yo, I see him exciting, tired. They're like, okay, I'm just gonna knock nigga out. I don't know why you got this issue. If I can barely take him, what makes you think you finna just take him? I did push him off me one day. Like I did, like because I was like, I ain't got nothing for.
Oh, he ain't about to do all that with me.
I told him the other day. I was like, I ain't
the same height as your mom. Come on now.
No, he's taller.
Just about.
No,
I know he ain't taller than neither of us.
Well, he's 2 inches taller than my mom. Like there's a clear difference in height.
Either way, he's getting handled. So.
Bro, that's the first one I'm talking about. But what I was trying to say,
I just want to fight one generation of her. That's all I'm trying to do.
For what?
And not you, because I like you kind of. But your pops,
bro, he ain't do nothing to know. But I hope you don't hear this because this ain't gonna be But like, so yesterday, I don't know. It was like I think it was Friday, and I told him I was like, oh yeah, I ain't get you nothing but these hands. So I like grabbed them, like put them in a headlock, and then like we like flipped. Because he was on one of the like couches, almost like how you have like on the edge, and then he like flipped and he kind of like was laying on top of me in a way, and I just bench pressed this nigga off me. And I was surprised. I was like, damn, nigga, I'm kind of strong. I bench pressed because I'm right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little thick. I'm heavy set. I'm about 195 right now. I feel it too,
dude. I wish I was 195.
I feel it, bro. I feel thick. This is the thickest I've been since like high school football, and I pushed the nigga off. I was like, damn, I'm kind of strong now. This thing grabbed me by my ankle and like almost like that Scary Movie 2 scene where he's like, come back. I'm like, that nigga pulled me. It started laying on my arm, just punching me. I was like, all right, he still got it. He still got it. But when he turned 50 in about an hour and a half. I'm about to doff his shit. Like, you know, I'm about to wake him up with these hands, bro. I swear to God.
You gonna be laying out on the street?
Yeah, not me. Wouldn't let that happen to me, though.
No, this is gonna happen to you. You ain't about to have no place to go. You might as well just stay here, bro.
Bro, why you talking? First of all, you talking like your pops ain't put hands on you. Your pops used to lay on the couch and still done. I mean, put hands on the couch, bro. That is true. That's just, anyways, I miss pops, man.
Yeah, man.
God rest his soul.
Bless the dead. But
is there any topics that you want to talk about? Because I see you made yourself a little notebook.
Oh yeah, this is the segment of the podcast now.
Oh, you get a segment now. That's this.
Yes, I feel like I'm entitled to a segment.
You're entitled.
I'm just kidding,
I was gonna say, what the fuck did we discuss that?
I'm just kidding.
We have to negotiate the contract.
Yeah, I know, kind of. But let's see. We talked about Thanksgiving. We already talked about the disclaimer of where we've been.
Well,
we already talked about 2020.
I told you that before. You didn't have to write on that on your notes. I told you that, brother.
You want to talk about Christmas? Let's get to Christmas.
You know, it's funny that
It's a jolly good time.
we mentioned Christmas because that's the last episode we mentioned off. I think was.
Are you serious,
bro? The last episode was the holiday season.
Damn,
It's been a while.
it's
been a while.
That is unbelievable that we are.
But what if you want to talk about Christmas? What do you exactly want to talk about Christmas?
I basically want to talk about, like, I don't know, as far as like the aspect of Christmas goes, you know, sometimes, you know, a lot of the times when we get older, we start to actually, like, we don't
Care
necessarily
about more giving gifts than getting.
Yeah, we don't necessarily see Christmas has the same type of vibe as we were growing up. And, you know, some people still have that kind of Christmas spirit. Me, on the other hand, I'm kind of don't. It's kind of dwindling as I get older. You know, I mean, granted, you know, I still watch a little Christmas movie, you know, Christmas with the Cranks or whatever. You know,
I don't
Christmas
watch.
Story.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll listen to Christmas music. I'll eat Christmas cookies. But you can
listen to Chris. That's where I draw the line. I hate Christmas music.
You can miss me with all the Christmas movies.
I'm not trying to hear Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas."
I'm not trying to watch no movies. I'm not trying to see no lights. I do like the Christmas tree. I fucks with the Christmas tree. I'm the type of nigga to leave the Christmas tree up till January, so I feel like taking it down. But my mom be on some bullshit. But that's neither here nor there. But the only problem with me is I'm a petty gift giver.
Right.
Like, and also I'm petty receiving gifts. And I'm not like a dickhead or nothing like that. Like, I obviously take a gift, but I hate when it's like people will come to you and be like, "What do you want?" Then you tell them exactly what you want, and then they get some shit that's not even on
not
your
even close. Like,
it's like, bro, I don't need
even fit
this.
the bill of what I wanted.
Like, my grandma, I love her. I love her to death.
I love grandma.
She got me some pajamas, and I was like, I don't wear these, bro. I wear these like once, twice throughout the whole year. You could have gave me money for these. Whatever this cost you, you could have just gave me the money. And then like I hate when literally prime example is my dad. Like I said, his birthday's tomorrow.
What use does anyone have for, especially our age?
I'm trying to figure out, bro. Bro, I wear sweats. I wear shorts. I might just wear drawers. I might not wear nothing. There's literally 4 different options right there before I even wear some pajamas. But literally, I'm talking to my dad, and I'm like, "So what do you want for your birthday?" Because I like giving birthday gifts if I can. And this nigga gonna say, "Man, I could always use a shirt, button-up shirt." Nigga, you ain't wear a button-up shirt in like months, bro. What are you talking about? Like, why get you something that I know you're not gonna wear like that? I'd rather get you something I know you're gonna use and value. That's how I've always looked at it. Or I want to get you something that you told me in detail, like, "Oh, my favorite color is red," or "My favorite color is blue. So here's something red," or "Here's something blue." Like, I want to get you something you're gonna value. Like, that's how I've always looked at gifts, and that's how I always looked at gifts getting to me. If you don't want nothing like that, I'll just give you cash money. Then you get whatever you want, because that should be irritating. But yeah, because actually I still need to go. I might do that when I get home too. Might beat up my dad for his birthday and then put up the Christmas tree, because I still haven't done that yet. But our Christmas tree is something.
No, you're not just about to beat up your pops and then put up a Christmas tree. That's not the way that's going to happen.
Why not?
You really want to get into why not?
Yeah, bro. That's exactly what I'm about to do.
First of all, you about to get smacked with the Christmas tree. We're being totally honest.
If that nigga smack
he looked like the type that would grab anything.
Look,
if he getting his ass beat, he grabbing anything.
Look. If that nigga smacked me with a Christmas tree, bro, that nigga ain't making it 51. I promise you. I love my dad. That's my pops. My right hand man. This man smacked me with a Christmas tree. Like a yaga. Like, if he smacked me like Nate Robinson got smacked.
It's the type of situation that only a black sitcom can come up with.
It really is. Or like Tyler Perry. Like, bro,
you can't explain to somebody outside of our race getting smacked with a Christmas tree. I've heard of lead pipes. I've heard of
Switches.
I've heard of switches. I've heard of grabbing. I've heard of belts. I heard of extension cords.
Frying
But if you get
pans.
smacked with a damn
Probably that
tree,
pan right there, that pizza looking pan right
Right.
there. Like, Nick, bro, I swear to God, if I get hit with a Christmas tree, he ain't gonna make it to 51. I promise you. I promise you he's not. But, damn, what do we talk about Christmas? Christmas cookies slap. Except them frosted ones. The frosted ones be not the actual frosted ones, the like they're like baked more, I guess. Probably something you get in a bakery. You know what I'm talking about?
I hate
But
Christmas
I guess like
cookies.
really,
Yeah,
all of them.
I like Halloween cookies.
Nigga, what's the difference?
There's a different frosting. I like orange frosting.
Nigga, you can't taste the orange though. Like, you
Oh
can't
no,
taste-
sometimes you can. Sometimes you can.
That'd be nasty. Orange frosting?
Yeah, it tastes like Sunkist or something.
This nigga said,
Actually, no.
this nigga said it tastes like.
All I know would be citrusy. That's all I know. That's all I care about is that type of flavor right there. But as far as I don't know, Christmas to me, my parents have never been really Christmas people, I guess. Not necessarily that they don't believe in it. It's just that
I feel like you would always get what you want though. I feel like they did their best.
I damn sure did get what I want. And yeah, with that, I never really valued, because I got everything that I wanted, like on Christmas Day, as far as like presents go. I guess I never really valued, like everybody says, the quote unquote true meaning of Christmas, I guess. Because for me, for us growing up, it was just about getting that gift. It was just about presents.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, you wait. As soon as you wake up, you don't even wait for mom and dad to come out. You just already have the tree. At least that's how it was for me. And if you're anything like how I was, you open the presents, tape them back up, put them back under the Christmas tree.
Oh, you was built different. Wow, I would get my ass beat if I did some shit like that. Because especially I wasn't good at rapping too.
And they gotta be wrapped the exact same way too.
Or you gotta put them deep under the tree type shit.
Right.
Like,
You gotta flip them over to make sure that the part that you ripped
you know,
ain't showing.
if there was something I had to be a Grinch about, I was always jealous of the motherfuckers that open their Christmas presents Christmas Eve. Because even though
There was 1 year I opened my shit Christmas Eve.
I think I opened.
And I played with that shit all day Christmas Day.
I think I opened up one gift
early on Christmas Eve, and that was like 1 year, one time. I don't remember what year exactly. I don't remember the gift, but I mean, what we did was we would open our gifts at midnight of Christmas, so it kind of scratched that itch as far as like I didn't have to wait till like the next morning, because usually my mom works at night, so she works at 2, so she would
Hold
usually.
on. So you had to wait until like throughout Christmas Day and then open presents at midnight?
No, like Christmas, like
I wish the fuck
Christmas
I would.
Eve.
Oh,
into
okay.
midnight.
Right.
Yeah, that would be stupid.
That'd be the dumbest shit. I ain't never.
Well, nigga, it's Christmas now. What are we waiting for?
Christmas then kind of shit. But nah. Luckily, I was the only child. I was blessed with many gifts and many things. Pretty much anything that it was always like a main goal. Like if I had a main thing that I want, I usually got that main thing. So that was the coolest part about Christmas. Mom would have some leeway. Remember back in the day when games used to have like the little instruction manual should like give me some shit like that. Now I look about it, that's terrible because the instruction manuals are either super vague or they only give character descriptions. They didn't really tell you shit about the game.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. This Christmas, I really don't want none. Like she asked me for if I wanted some shoes. I told her I wanted the Nigel Houston 2s, so I know to get a pair of those. But I still haven't tried them on, and they got shipped here already. But that's the only thing I'm scared of. I was like, damn, what if them shits don't fit? I'll be tight. But other than that, that's really the only thing I'm expecting. It's really the only thing I want. I haven't contacted my grandma because she usually goes all out for the grandchildren. But I might not even talk to her because I'm like, I really just give me cash. Just give me cash and a hug, some cookies, and I'm straight. Because I got bills, my nigga. Like, I remember I was talking to my mom about it last year.
Financial stability is the gift. Honestly, if we're being totally honest.
I was talking to my mom last year, and I was like, yeah, just give me money. She's like, no, you can't say that. How can you say that? It's like, we're the person that's giving you the gift. We want to give you something. I was like, yeah, but if you want to give me something worth value, give me some money so I can pay these bills.
Right.
Nigga, I got debt. I'm trying to get out your house. And of course it didn't work because it's a black mom. Once her mind made up, it's over. But I'm going to try again this year, so we're going to see what happens. Here's something I want to talk about because I feel like I was listening to past episodes, and I feel like we always love to have someone slide in our DMs. How's the love life going? How's Tyler going as a single individual?
Newly single individual, that is.
Well, true. I didn't want to, try to slander nobody because that is a friend of ours. So, you know what I mean? Like,
But
try to keep it political before we get killed.
Right. There is no love life right now at this moment in time. I'm just, my love life right now is my mental stability. That's all I'm caring about. That's all I'm living for right now. That's all that my prime focus should be on at this moment. Because, there's a lot of things this year that just definitely turned left for me. And I'm pretty much just trying to figure out, okay, all this stuff happens. What am I going to do next to make sure that, this situation doesn't occur, so on and so on. So for me, that always started with my mind. That always started with my able to process what I'm doing and how I do it. And, that's the number one thing that I personally feel like that everybody should kind of reevaluate, how they are as a person, what their different opinions are about, this so-called thing that we're trying to get through life. And, the best way that we could do that as individuals, as people, as humans, is that, we got to revert back to, what we were. And as soon as we evaluate that, then you take the good and bad from that, and then you be able to make it into whatever your heart desires for your future. Just make sure that it's pointing you in the right direction, and you leave no stone unturned as far as making yourself happy and being a better person for you. That's all I care about. That's literally what I pray for every single night now, is just trying to be a better person, man. Because, I had so much shit that's been taken away from me. Just on my negativity alone, and like how I talk to people and how I look at certain things. So it's one of those things where, like, now as I get older, it's very imperative for me to actually step up and, make a better life for me.
As your younger brother, for those of you that don't know, Tyler's 25 days older than me. I commend you for that. I respect that. I love to see it. I think a lot of people often hurt people because instead of healing and like growing as a person, they often jump into the next relationship. But are you practicing what you're preaching though? Like, are you truthfully not in DMs, not talking to someone like that? And it's hard, bro. Like, as someone that's been on the edge, on the sideline for a long time, like, it's hard not to want to talk to someone and figure out how their day is going and how they move. My love life is trash. I'm on the sidelines thinking, like, I don't know. I call it corny, call it fake, call it whatever you want to call it. I still truly feel in that, like, gut-like feeling, or like that cliche movie-like feeling. Like, you ever see that, like, how, like, the main character in the movie, you'll see a girl and he's like, oh, that's gotta be my girl, that's gotta be my baby. Like, I don't see no one as my baby. Like, you know what I mean?
You try to visualize it before it actually happens?
Yeah, like, I don't see no one in that light. And not to say that I haven't seen amazing, beautiful girls that I could see me dating or seeing having the potential with. There's plenty of potentials out there, but I don't get that feeling. Like, if anything, it feels like I'm forcing it to see what happens. And like, that could be me. It could be me. Like, it takes two to tango. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying anything like that. I do think I would be a good boyfriend, even though I don't know how to do the shit. So it's hard. Like, I think I'm more commendable for saying I don't know how to do the shit than to sit here and lie and say like I do and like I'd be a piece of shit boyfriend. But real rap, like I think my love life is just trash because I'm like searching for something I can't find and I just don't know what to do about it. And I know you have to meet all your exes before you meet like your baby mama or or your wife or your girlfriend of a long time and stuff like that. But I'm just scared because it's like you'll see some relationships 2 years, 3 years, and they have a kid, they're married, they're this, they're that, and then you see some relationships they 9, 7, 8, 10 years deep, no marriage,
right?
But happily ever after. It's like I don't know what category I fit in. And I guess you won't know until you go in there, but. What I'm trying to do with the podcast, what I'm trying to do with YouTube, what I'm trying to do with Twitch, what I'm trying to do with myself and like working, like it's like you only have so much time in a day. So like I'm trying to find that girl that's perfect because, to be honest with you, it's gonna sound selfish, it's gonna sound conceited, it's gonna sound like a dickhead. Probably all the females, Brian, you ain't shit for that. Whatever. Tell the truth. Speaking my mind. I need someone that kinda is my peace. Like, literally, I need someone to be like my video game, where I can escape from the world. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. Just worry about she's happy, I'm happy. She relieves my stress, I relieve her stress. We chilling, we good. Get some food, something. Like, I'm at a position where I'm primed to be either successful or a failure, and I physically cannot have someone that's gonna drag me down. Especially how I was telling you earlier in the podcast where 2018 I was in a hole. I dug myself out the hole. I guess I'm like head above water. Maybe I'm at the shoulders right now. I would say because I'm not happy, I'm not sad, but I'm at the shoulders right now. I could like see my shoulders, kind of do a shrug, you know what I'm saying? Get my shrug out the water, but I'm not where I need to be. So I need a boo thing that's going to be with the shits, her own boss. Also, another thing about the boo thing and a girlfriend or talking to someone, it's weird when they buy you gifts, bruh. I'm still at that age, brother. I'm still at that.
You gotta be shitting me, man.
I'm still at the age where a girl want to buy me something like, why? This is a setup. This is a trap. I don't know. Because I think my mom just told me, she's like, don't let them girls buy you nothing, especially if you ain't gonna be with them like that, like, because then they're gonna try to hold that above your head. And I was like, that's real. And I truly
I get that now. I honestly get that now that like me being single for the first time in like since like late 18. I honestly truly get that now.
Like, she told me that, bro, and I just literally was sitting there like, damn, like, I don't want to be in that position again. Like, I can't afford it. Like, it's crazy, too, because I know I'm going to sound like contradicting and like an asshole, but I do want to boo. Like, I would love to have a girlfriend, but, because, like, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, F it, let's do it. Let's get me a girlfriend, da-da-da-da. And then it's like, I'll see, maybe you could answer this. I'll see like one thing and it just turns me off from the girl in a way where I'm like, I'm fearful. Or it's like the girls that want to talk to me have a situation right now and I see the situation and I'm like, this is clearly a red flag. Like, this is going to fuck anything we build whatsoever, even if it's not even a relationship, even if it's just...
So you get scared over one strike?
It's not just one strike. It's like a major strike. It's a major strike.
Still a strike.
That's a detriment to the relationship.
Is it a detriment to you or to what might be?
I think it would be detriment to what might be. Like, it's because it's not just me. So if the relationship is me and said girl, it's not just me that will evolve in that situation. Like, I would tell you the situation, but then it would be a dead giveaway of who I'm talking about.
Right.
So I don't want to do that on the podcast because, obviously can't say no names.
Right.
And a lot of motherfuckers will just be like, well, so who cares? Nigga, I do. Like I said, I'm not in the... I'm still at the crib. I'm getting rid of my debt. I paid $3,000 in debt. Still have 1,000 more to go. And still got to pay this and that. And, this point is a fake gun to my head because of all the situations I got. But... like, I'm not in a position to where I can lose right now. I need a W. And I need a boo thing to understand that.
I've lost way too much within the past
Way
couple
too
years.
much,
Way
bro.
too
I'm trying
much.
to be like DJ Khaled covers, bro. He got a cover where he's just holding his forehead. He like suffer from success.
It's hard being consistent. It's hard being consistent with this good shit, man.
It is, bro.
Especially when you have so much negative. And granted, my negativity is on my own merit. I've heard. This was coming from one of my favorite comedics out there, JB Smoot. He said, he handles his shit, by himself. He digs his own hole out of stuff. And he said, now there have been times where during him digging himself out of the hole, he's thrown dirt over his shoulder and literally back into the same damn hole. And that's what resonated in me so much, because I feel like that's been pretty much how I've been living the past couple years. Like it feels like I've been trying to dig myself out of like certain situations, and then, me creating the situations have literally been me putting that dirt back into the hole. So so now it's really come to the conclusion for me of, like, do I want to continue down this road of continuing to throw dirt back into that hole, or actually getting the fuck out?
Mm-hmm. And it's weird too, because it's like, at least with me, you don't need reinsurance because it's obviously on you, and I'm learning that too. But it's like, I've been doing that shit by myself so goddamn long that I kind of trick myself, almost to your theory of like, you throw dirt back in your hole. Because it's like, it's nice to have that female presence of like, no, you're doing good, you're killing shit, good job, keep going, babe, like, proud of you, da da da. Like, that shit hit different. That shit is nice.
Right, yeah.
But I can't get nothing like that because it's not consistent. And then, like I said, there's always that asterisk of a situation that happens, and it's just like, in the back of my mind, it's like, I'm not gonna do it because you already showed me. Like, I value friendships and situationships and all that stuff out of 100. Like, there's been, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a 99, 98, but the 99 and 98 that's been in my life has been so fucking bogus that it's like I can't deal with it. Like,
it's kind of like one of those things where I heard, hey, I love God, but the devil got some bitches. I mean, that's the most accurate I've ever heard that story, that quotation told like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with that.
Because I mean, if people don't count weak relationships, what would count as a relationship? Months? Would you count on months?
I would say months. Anything after.
How many months? Is there a criteria? Or
it's like an unwritten criteria. I would say anything like after 3 months is kind of like serious.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, these last 2 have been serious, obviously.
Right. Well, shit, I ain't never been in one. Like, I've never been in one whatsoever. I don't even know what that feel like, what that hit for. So, I mean, maybe 2021, maybe 2020, I find it, but it's just like, it's hard to find it because you got compromise. Like, I know I'm about to get some shit up, but see, I think that's why I like, relationships and friendships are nothing, but I think that's why I like a lot of my relationships now, because it's like, prime example is like one of my homies, I ain't seen him in months. Went out to eat the other day, chopped it up with him, and it was like back, like almost like the wheels never fell off. Like, and me and you, I feel like me and you, well, we text now more, but like there's parts where we didn't text or talk for a while, but then every time we text, talk, or kick it, it's just back to normal. Like, I value those more relationships now because it's almost like, oh, you're a human, you got shit going on, I got shit going on.
Right.
Shit don't happen. Like, it's impossible to keep track of everybody, and which is crazy because it's like, usually when I do that, like, I wanted to be the person so bad. I wanted to be the person to check up on people. If you tell me something, I want to remember it. I want to make sure you're good. But then even the people you check up on, show me that they don't give a fuck about that. That shit blew my mind. I was like, fam, y'all don't care that I don't check up on you and I'll make sure you're good. Or like, I'll check up on them so much. It's like my birthday coming up. They'll see me post about my birthday. They'll read the shit and just be like, "Yeah, nigga, I don't no fucks. Fuck your birthday."
And it's really like that. Like as funny
Really
as
like
it may
that.
be, but it is actually pretty true.
But then when you see them in person, it's all love. So it's just like, how? Like it's almost like you're fake because it's like you see BC, you write this, and then you don't care. But at the same time, everybody's an individual, and like
Everybody deals with their own situations as is. So I mean, you can't fault them for that. You
True.
just gotta keep it moving, I guess.
I mean, I'm gonna help everybody I can, but. Is there anything else you want to list, add, talk about?
Let's see.
So we got like one small topic we could talk about. Something we're missing.
I don't know. All I know is that like I've been off the grid as far as like my social media goes and stuff like that. Like if you haven't noticed, I haven't been on Twitter lately. It's because the app is deleted. I'm trying to minimize my my time on there as much as possible. And you know, there's things that go on in this world that sometimes I just don't care for seeing or just reading about. And, you know, most of Twitter being that, I just decided maybe I'll just take a step back from it for a little while. And maybe I'll pop in, like, within a couple days. Like, I actually thought about re-downloading the app just to pop in.
Actually,
Just to see what my notifications are.
there is some things I still want to talk about. Not like too crazy, but can we talk about the Tyson pay-per-view for a little bit? You didn't watch a lot of it.
I didn't get to watch it, and I actually messaged you last night about it because I was in. It was literally linked. Like I was about to stream it. And I was like, "You should slide," but then I forgot. Oh shit! I'm not at home. I'm in Ames, and you know, I wasn't going to ask like who I was with. Obviously, you know, if you would come over. So I mean, I didn't end up watching it, and it didn't end up streaming. So.
Bro, so what was some BS about the fight was I called MediaCom. And usually, you know how we do, no names, no case. MediaCom getting added for this. I called them up. I'm like, yo, they had an automatic voice machine because obviously they probably get a bunch of calls about the Tyson pay-per-view. I'm guessing, assuming that everybody wants to watch it. Everybody wants to see the fights. So it's an automatic voice machine and a call and talking to them, and they're saying that, all right, do you want to enter your last four, and you'll get the pay-per-view? All right, cool, you got the pay-per-view. So I click on the channel. Me and my dad see it. It says like, oh, get more information about the pay-per-view now. My dad looking at me like, didn't you just buy this? I was like, yeah, I just bought it. And then I was like, maybe because it's not time yet. Because at the time it was like 6 or something. Like I just got off work. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not time yet. I'm like, that's the only logical answer. 7 o'clock comes around. It's not on my TV. I'm thinking, oh, it has to be on the main box, the cable box, and the main cable box is downstairs. So then I go downstairs, check that. That shit ain't on there. I'm like, it's not on none of these. So I call them up, talk to the lady. We reset the box. I unplug the box, leave the box, like Roddy Ricch song. As much as he said the box, like we do all that. Half hour goes by, they like AFM. They even gave me the standard definition. I bought the HD definition, which was $49.99. They gave me the standard channel for free, just to see if the shit worked. It didn't work. Then they had the nerve to tell me, we'll give you $50 in credit. My nigga, I want the pay-per-view. What is $50 in credit going to do if I'm trying to buy the pay-per-view?
You buy the pay-per-view for the $50.
And then, like, they was like, oh, yeah, you